Stitcher's Hollow.
Your cozy corner to create and belong.
I'm Neil.
I'm Alex.
And we're so happy you are here with us.
Yay!
So, you may notice some things look a bit different.
We made some changes.
Yes, changes we're very, very excited about.
Yes.
Yes.
So, we used to be cross-country cross-stitch, and now we have shifted to Stitcher's Hollow.
We think it's cozy. We think it's cute. We may not always live across the country from each other, and it was, harder to find us on YouTube as there is a cross-country stitching method, and
we were unaware of, still don't know how to do it, but when you search it, you only find tutorial videos on that. So we decided to shift into our own little cozy corner now that we have a little bit of experience behind us.
Yes, we were just, excited, the hype. We started our FlossTube 2 years ago this summer, and we were just so excited to go. We were like, we didn't, we were like, oh, there's not a FlossTube called Cross Country Cross Stitch, but that was the extent of the research. So we know better now and are very excited for this new vibe, this new experience.
Yes, and if anyone was wondering, I identify with the hedgehog and Neil is the squirrel. If anyone knows us, it should make sense.
Yes. So, and the squirrel has a name. His name is Samwell, Sam for short. So, and I love him.
I have not. I forgot I was supposed to come up with a name for the hedgehog. So, I'll get back.
People should comment what they think the hedgehog.
Yeah, what should the hedgehog be? I love alliteration, but it doesn't have to be alliteration. Also, I feel like he's a very distinguished English gentleman because you find hedgehogs in English gardens most often.
That's precious.
So yeah, comment below what you think the hedgehog's name should be.
I'm trying to think of English gentleman names, and I'm like Harrison.
Yeah.
Hemington. I don't know.
Henry, maybe Henry. Henry the hedgehog.
Yeah.
We'll see. But yeah. Give us a suggestion.
Yeah. Yeah, we'd love to hear. And I definitely identify as my squirrel. He is me. I am him. We are each other.
Yes. And I have about 1 million hedgehog things around my house. One day I'll do a tour of all my hedgehog things because people in my real life give me hedgehog stuff all the time. I always wanted one as a pet. One day I will have one. But, yeah.
That's so fun. I wish I could have a squirrel as a pet.
That would be really cute.
Amazing. I have squirrels at the park before.
I was about to say, you should just adopt one for your balcony or something.
Yeah, I know. That would be amazing. Needle would live. He would love to have a squirrel outside of our window.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, well, I guess y'all are here for the cross stitch. And we decided we're going to do a whip parade because this might be y'all's first time watching us. We wanted to kind of do a good, transition to the new Stitcher's Hollow. So we thought we'd reintroduce you guys to our projects and you can get a good idea of what we like in Stitch. And so we had an ironing party and we pulled everything out. So we're excited.
Yes, I am very excited. And people asked me several times at StitchCon, what do you like to stitch? Oh, well, now you can see. Because I don't really know if there's I guess there's probably an overarching vibe. But, I don't have a name for it.
Yeah, me either. So, well, Neil, you want to start us off?
I'll start us off. My first one, I'm doing I'm doing the most new ones that I know on top. I don't actually have I have dates for like 5 of these, like the most recent 5, and then everything else is just a guess.
Sounds
So
good.
yeah. Um, sorry, my dog is playing with a toy, and I couldn't tell what he was doing. It sounded like he was digging a hole in the floor, so I was like, "Well, that doesn't sound good." Okay, so my first one, this is Strawberry Season by Bad Stitch. Bad Stitch, Bad Stitch. I started this for the Strawberry Moon Sal.
Oh my
I'm really
gosh, you've gotten so
done.
far.
Yeah, I'm hoping. I'm hoping that I'll finish it today, actually. So here's a picture of it finished, because I plan on finishing it. It's super cute.
It's so cute.
I love it.
It's so cute.
Yeah, so it's on Grace Note Fabrics Frosted Lemonade, and I just used the call for DMC, and it is adorable.
I love it.
Yeah.
You'll finish it. You'll finish it.
Yeah, I plan on finishing it today, so I'm very excited about it.
Nice. Nice, nice. Okay, well I'm also gonna go newest to oldest. So my first one is Blueprint of the Rainbow City. This is by Ink Circles, and I just have it on a 32 count white Lucana from 123 Stitch. And I'm stitching it with the Navy DMC and then Gloriana Ada's Rainbow. And this is my travel project, so I really only work on it when I'm not in my house because it's easy to travel with. So I started this in May of this year. So
Nice.
there's one.
There's one. And here's 2. So this I started on the summer solstice, which was the 20th of June. And it's going to be a moon tarot card. Here's the pattern. Well, here's the picture of the pattern. I'm not just going to give you the pattern. But so this is it's a very simple start. And so that's going to be part of the actual, like, the moon itself, and then the tarot card will say the moon. This is by Innocent Bones. This is just a piece of fabric I had. I think it probably came from a scrap bag. It's definitely Ada. It's pretty stiff.
King of
But
the scrap bags, you are.
I am king of the scraps.
King of the scraps.
Neil, the Scrap King.
Love it.
And yeah, it's unknown fabric. I'm using the called for. It's a pattern that my friend Erin gifted me. And Innocent Bones has like all of the tarot cards. Well, or at least actually, I don't know. And the moon is not the only tarot card they have. I don't actually know if they have all the major arcana or not. But and they also have like signs, so like Gemini, Virgo,
Oh, fun. Yeah.
type cards. So definitely like a lot of like magical, whimsy, witchy vibes. So
Love it. Always love it.
yeah.
Okay, so my number 2 is The Deadly Aquarium Sal by Lola Crow Cross Stitch. Here's where it is up to now. As of filming this, I'm almost completely caught up, and I'm only like a day out from the pattern release. So all I have to do is some back stitching to be completely caught up. But yeah, here it is. I absolutely love it. I'm stitching it on Color and Cotton Chesapeake. It was a fabric of the month, so I had it in my stash, and it literally is perfect. And then the called for DMC. And just a fun note, I've talked about it before, but I just love saying it. I'm using glow in the dark for the white. So the white up here in the water, the white on the skull, both skulls, the one down in the corner too. And then also I put it on the spikes of the blowfish and the fins for the lionfish, and I can't remember what that one is. So it's just going to be sprinkled in throughout. So
you're like, if I have to work with this hard glow-in-the-dark fabric, I'm going to talk about it as much as possible.
Every time. Yeah, it's, if you've ever worked with it, it's a very like rough and thick DMC. It's not as bad as the metallic DMCs, I will say that, but it like frays really easily. It's just really stiff, and it flattens out. But it's really cool, and you like charge it up in light, and you can see the glow in the dark, but really only in person. So it's kind of hard to take a picture of. But we'll put that other picture in. This is what it's supposed to look like.
Skein.
Yeah. Skein. Whatever.
In German, it would be pronounced Skein, which is why that's how I pronounce it.
Right.
Skein?
That's what us Americans say.
No. I'm not going to go into a linguistics rabbit hole. I could, but I'm not going to. English is a weird language. So, of course, it's Skein. I literally always say Skein. So, I'm going to own it.
You boo.
Yeah, I'm just going to own it. I can't not. So, my third whip is so it's Oak Leaves and Acorns by Little Leaf Designs. And this was my StitchCon start.
Oh my gosh! I forgot you'd already done the door frame.
Yeah, I did the door, the little pot, the stairs, the border. It's on like a green fabric. It's a 16 count Ada Sarah by Grace Notes Fabrics. And I started on the 15th of June.
It's so cute.
So once I finish my strawberry moon sal, my strawberry season, I'll go back to working on this.
Nice.
Oh.
Nice.
Yeah.
Cool. I realized after you said the date, I forgot to tell you, I started the Dark Aquarium or Deadly Aquarium in April of this year. Okay, my next one I started in March of this year is the February Sampler of the Month by Little House Needleworks. Here's our picture, and then this is where I am right now. So it's just
Those little hearts are cute.
I know. My birthday's in February, but I'm not really like a Valentine's person, so I was like kind of meh about it, but seeing it stitched is cute.
Yeah, it's super cute. I mean, you can pretend that it's love for you being born and a birthday cake.
That's true. That's very true. So, I already have January and March, but I would really love to have this whole series because I want to display it and like switch it out every month. So I really need to get back to these. So, and this is, I wrote it down. 32 count beautiful beige linen. You'll come to find out that I kind of hate linen. But I've started quite a few things on linen. I'm going to push through because I already have these all for this series, and it's not too bad because it's 32 count. And then it's just the DMC conversion. So, yeah.
Nice. So you have linen for all of those, all 12 months?
All 12 months, yeah.
That's
but I ordered them from 123 Stitch, and they're already cut like this, and it's literally the perfect...
Right, size.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So, I'll finish them up.
Yeah.
And then won't do linen again.
Fair. I don't think I've ever stitched on linen.
I mean, it's worth a try, and I am trying it, and like though this one isn't too bad. Some of my other ones, I don't, and I'll talk about it later because there is a restart in this pile.
Yeah. Woohoo! So my next one is Spider Monkey by Cross Stitching Lovers. That's the back.
Oh,
Do,
oh
do,
my
do.
gosh.
It's gonna say, "Hold on tight, Spider Monkey."
It's perfect. The coloring is perfect.
Yeah, I'm
It's
very
so
excited.
Seattle, or like Pacific Northwest.
Right. And so it's just on a piece of scrap fabric, and I just picked some colors from my stash. Because the called for colors were, for a lighter color fabric. So
Mm-hmm.
this is like a darker, well, it's not really dark, but like a medium shade of purple. Um, so I had to change it. But I started this on the eclipse, which was April 8th. So
Very appropriate eclipse start.
I know, yeah. Yeah, so I love that one. And I love Twilight. It's so iconic.
It is. It is. We were like peak Twilight when it came out too.
Yeah, what's interesting is I did not do any of the Twilight stuff until a few years ago. I'd never seen any of the movies
Oh,
and none of the books until like 2021, maybe. I started reading them.
I forgot about that. Yeah. Okay,
Yeah.
well then I was peak Twilight girl because I read them, and I remember I went to like a midnight release of a bunch of them, and I was in college when Breaking Dawn Part 2 came out, and I went with my best friend in college at midnight. Oh, it was great. So, very nostalgic. We love Twilight.
Yeah, yeah. I do love Twilight. I could watch it all the time.
Yeah. Oh, cringiness at its best.
Yes. The blue filter at its best.
Yes, yes. Okay, my next project is another stitch along called The Field Guide to Dragons. And we'll put in the picture of what it is to now. I am not that caught up yet, but I am doing pretty good.
Yeah, you've done a lot.
Here's where I am. This is stitched on 18 count Ada that was dyed by, it's the called for fabric, and I always forget, Glowforge Studio on Etsy. So it's like such a fun creamsicle kind of vibe with the dragons. I have made a change over here. This like part in the border is supposed to be a variegation of red, but I felt like there was a lot of red and not enough purple, so I switched it to the purples. So yeah, I want to pick this back up. The Hydra has 3 heads. You can see where I've got the horns in for the other 2. That's a Hydra down in the bottom. So really, really, really fun. Oh, Climbing Goat Designs is who is doing this. So I found it on Instagram.
I love it. I love dragons. I'm a big fan of dragons in most of all of the fantasy series. Huge Game of Thrones, House of the Dragon fan. Love How to Train Your Dragon. I would love a field guide of dragons, but with the How to Train Your Dragon dragons.
Yes, I agree. And that's kind of what I thought it was going to be, because this is a mystery, Sal. I should also say that. And so the wyvern at the very top was the first one, and that's kind of how I thought, but it's more like mythical, geographical, and it's really great because Climbing Goat gives you like a whole synopsis of like what the dragon is, and like talking about the cultural like origins of them all. So we've got like the Welsh dragon, the Japanese dragon, Hydra's Greek. There's like a South American one. There's a German one.
The German one is so good.
Yeah, the German one. And German's purple. He's like right here.
Yeah.
So
He's
it's
got
been really,
very
really
fancy.
fun. Yeah. It's been really fun learning about them all. I just didn't realize all the cultures had a dragon. I know that, you know what I mean? But yes, I also think a cute How to Train Your Dragon one would be cute. Because they have the book. Fish Legs is the dragon guy.
Right. And there's a live action movie coming out. So
That's
some
right.
designers should get on that. I cannot do cross stitch design. So um
We'll get there one day, maybe.
yeah, but somebody else should hop on that and be
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
idea I should do.
Yes. Oh, and I started that in February of 2024. So I'm doing pretty good
Yeah.
since February.
Yeah. I mean, you're farther along on your sales from this year than I am on my sales from like 2022, 2023. So, you know, should be very proud.
Thank you. Thank you.
So we're moving into my more spooky stitches.
Yep.
Um, so book by Tusk and Cardinal called Creepy Cross Stitch, and so this pattern is from that. It's called the Baba Yaga, and which is also like a folklore legend.
Yes.
Can you see it? It's a
Yeah.
little, but and so I'm using some DMC and then some like hand dyed variegated floss from Fangirl Fibers.
Yeah.
I did like a Hocus Pocus box, and so they're like named after things in Hocus Pocus. So I'm using the Sarah floss and the Black Flame candle floss, and the fabric is also called Boo by Fangirl Fibers.
That's perfect.
Yeah,
Perfect.
you can really see the modeling on it from,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
yeah, it's super cute, and I'm really
Yeah.
close to being done. I just have the roof left and the second cauldron,
Okay.
so I'll
Yeah.
definitely finish it this spooky season, which for me has already started. I do not celebrate the 4th of July. So my spooky season starts after Juneteenth. So I have a Halloween mug, which is doubling as excitement. So it's yay. And so yeah, I'll probably start stitching on these pretty soon, even though it's 90 degrees outside. So
Yeah.
yeah,
You're channeling it though. That's what matters.
I am, yes.
My next whip is my birthday start from this year, so February of 2024. I started it, and it is the Four Seasons by Modern Folk Embroidery, and I'm doing it in the like seasonal colorway. We'll put both pictures in, and I started, and I got a really good chunk done of winter.
Those are pretty colors together. They're definitely very wintry.
Yeah. And I'm doing it on 32 count, just white Lugana. And I did a color and cotton thread conversion. So I was in their thread club for a while. And so I pulled some of those, and then I ordered some more. And I'm just kind of making it up as I go because I have the picture, but it's literally just a picture of how I saw it as a model stitch with like the seasonal colors. So I'm just kind of rolling with how it feels as I'm stitching it, which is kind of tedious because I kind of have to like think about it. But also I think it's going to work out whatever I do. So I'm just kind of rolling with it. So I really, really love it. I want to stitch on it. This pulling all these out and like getting them ready has just made me like, oh, I want to stitch everything.
Yeah.
We just don't have enough time.
Yeah. And you've been doing WIPGO. You had a lot of these on your WIPGO, right?
Yeah, but I kind of petered out on WIPGO in like March.
Well, maybe
So,
July.
maybe July. I do want to do like a rotation in July where I like try and stitch on everything at least one day in the month. So maybe I'll knock some progress out of some of these.
You should look at the Olympic. is it a Sal or the Olympic?
Oh yeah, the challenge or whatever.
The Olympic challenge, yeah, because a lot of it's like stitch on something with a circle, stitch on something that's in the summer, stitch on something that's got to do with water, you know.
That's a great idea. Yeah. Because
Yeah.
you're doing it. You're doing
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
When does it start?
I should know as someone whose job is revolving around the Olympics right now. I don't know. I think like the 26th, maybe.
Okay. So I got some time to.
Yeah, it's like the end of July into August. It's like the last week of July, first 2 weeks of August, I think.
Okay, cool. Very good idea. Very good idea.
Yeah. Of course, if you wanted to do a rotate in July, that is literally the end of July. But you could start doing the rotation and then continue it into the Olympic challenge. So, which is it? Is it Katie that's doing the Olympic challenge, Naptime Stitcher?
I think so. Yeah.
So I'm really about that.
I'll write that down in our notes so we can make sure we have that right.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's Katie, but very, very excited about it. I love the Olympics, and I work at NBC Universal, and we're the ones who carry the Olympics, and so it's like a big deal. We get catered a lot of meals and stuff because, I mean, I have two people. So I'm an editor, and two of my coworkers are actually going to our office in Connecticut, which is where all of the editing will be done for the Olympics. So it's like so anyways, technically I'm like a part of the Olympics because I'm like keeping, you know, business as usual stuff going on while other people
I love it.
So, so it counts.
It does. It absolutely does.
Yeah. Which is fun. It's fun to be a part of that. So
yeah. Oh yeah. I love it.
Yeah. Is it? Where are we at? I got side railed.
I think it's you.
Okay. So this is also out of the Creepy Cross Stitch book by Tuscan Cardinal. This one's called Cranium Carnations. And it's on like this Ada that is the stiffest Ada of my life. But it's like an orange color. And I'm doing it very different than what it's called for. And I don't know if honestly, I haven't done that much. I may restart this now that I'm thinking about it. I don't love, because I was going to do it all in like, because in the picture you see here, it is like more like a pinkish, creamish, you know, black, white, grayish,
right,
you know, vibe. And I was going to do it with all of those variegated flosses that I have, and I don't love it. Which is why I haven't. So I may just use this fabric for something else, and or maybe never use this fabric at all. It's kind of terrible, but
yeah, it's a great color, but if the consistency is not where it's at, it's not worth it.
Yeah, it's. I mean, it's just like it's so stiff.
Maybe if you frog all of that and like wash that Ada, because I'm sure it's color fast and it'll be fine. Because I think that's the one I gave you from like Michael's maybe. So I don't think it would.
I think this was a freebie from you.
Oh, yeah.
Like I did it from you, but I think it was part of your freebie stash from last year.
Oh, maybe it was. Well, regardless, I think maybe if you frogged it and wet it and kind of washed it and kind of manipulated it, maybe it'll release some of that tension. Yeah.
I wish that's what happened when I showered. Just for the tension. So yeah, that project. The pattern is super cute, and I do really want to do it. I don't think I want to continue.
Yeah.
This. And I literally just thought that. I pulled it out and was like as I was showing you, and I was like, really don't care for this.
Nice. Well, hey, sometimes it just hits you.
Yeah. Yeah. And we get to decide. I don't have to
Mm-hmm.
stitch something I don't want to. So.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Okay, my next one is called Cabin in the Woods by Bent Creek. And I live in a cabin in the woods. So, of course, I'm going to stitch all the cabins. And here's my whip on it.
Oh, it's pretty.
I don't think the fabric color is really translating really well, but it's a very nice beige, off-white, and it's color and cotton. You'll see a lot of my fabric is color and cotton. But I'm using Classic Colorworks variegated floss, so it's been really fun to see the different colors in the water, especially in the grass. So loving it. I'm almost as tall as it's gonna be. Like there's not a whole lot left on the bottom, and then there's some on the top, the like stars or whatever, but I'm almost the height of it. So that's fun.
I love the trees.
I know, they're really cool.
Yeah.
So very fun. And I started that in December of 2023. That was like my Christmas start, kind of.
Nice. So my next one is the Haunted Library by Lola Crow Cross Stitch. It was a mystery style, and I honestly think this was fall 2022. It was not recently. There's been like 2 other sales since then.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's so good though.
Yeah, I
She's such a good designer.
yeah, she really is. I haven't done it in any particular order. It's very chaotic the way I chose to do the pattern. So I might go back and be like, okay, let's finish part 1. Let's finish the frame, and then move by parts. That's what I did with the greenhouse. I'm doing it like that.
Yeah.
Or I might just be like, fuck it, I want to stitch this part and then do that. I do want to have this finished by Halloween this year though. So
Yeah.
I am going to pull it out and start working on it. Like actively again. I in general am a seasonal stitcher. I don't do like decorating or anything. So like I don't do a ton of other seasonal things. I love spooky things though. And so but I also like I don't want to work on the Haunted Library in like February.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, Juneteenth to
Halloween. Really through the end of the year for you.
yeah, because November I kind of move into more wintry stitches. So it's still like half a year, June to November.
Yeah.
Good, as it should be.
As it should be.
Eek.
Okay, my next whip is a big boy. It is Pandemic by Long Dog Samplers. And here we go.
Oh, it looks so good.
I'm doing it on 32 count Lugana. I kind of regret it because it's going to be absolutely massive. Like, I'm not going to unfold this, but just know this is in fourths. This fabric is folded in a fourth. So it's going to be absolutely massive, but I'm using Sulky, and so it's only 1 strand, which I love. I can't remember the color, something turquoise. But it's just a really fun variegation. I'm really glad I'm doing it in variegation, though.
Yeah, it's hard to see the variegation on camera, but
We'll put a picture in.
yeah.
And we started, I started this. We started this in August of 2023 after we went to StitchCon, met a bunch of fun people, and we decided we were all going to stitch a long dog because none of us had, or a couple of us had already started one. So Joan and Allison, Sebastian, Tasha, Neil, and me, we all picked a different long dog, which is also really fun because we're going to see all of them get stitched up together. And we haven't done a Zoom in a while, and we need to. We will in July, hopefully, because I only really stitch on it when we're on Zoom. So it's going to take a long time if I'm like that.
Yeah.
So yeah, pandemic. And I chose pandemic because the pandemic brought me to cross stitch. So sentimental.
So poetic.
So poetic.
Love that. Whew. Okay. My next one is called Woodland Witch, and it is by Wild Bluebell Patterns. It's just on a fabric scrap.
Again, king of the scraps.
Yes. So it'll be a moth, and then it'll have some. Well, I mean, you can see here's the picture of it. So, it'll be really cute. I do love a woodland theme. So I feel like a lot. Maybe that's my vibe.
Yeah,
That's my vibe. Woodland Witch. That's it.
that's it. We found it.
And I am a witch. I mean, generally I would say forest / moon witch, but woodland is encompasses those things. So
Absolutely.
yeah.
Love it. Love it. Love it. Okay. The next one I have is a stitch along with you. It is Immortal by Lucy Beam, and I think I buy cross stitch like I'm immortal or something like that.
Yeah.
I don't have any of the words stitched yet. But I absolutely love this piece of fabric. This is Fortnite Fabrics. I got it on an auction night on on Facebook one night, and I absolutely love it. And so then I made a little bit of a conversion for the little flowers, and then I'll do like a darker purple for the words.
Something for you to think on. You should probably have some, like a good scrap of the bottom.
Yeah.
And if you would be willing to part with it, I would pay you for that scrap.
Okay. Yeah.
Also, if you want to also stitch on your scrap, because it's an amazing fabric.
Yeah, it really is.
I know. I was like, if you can part with it, you may not be able to, which is also completely fine.
Okay. Yeah, we'll see. Because I have wanted to stitch like a little house, like at Little House Stitches somewhere. That would be a
that would be cute.
Yeah. So we'll see.
You should. I've seen a lot of people hand dyeing their own stuff recently. You should totally do one that's like that. I have no idea how dyeing works, but in any context. But you should do it in your colors and like the color you're wearing and like the color I'm.
Yes.
The lime green, like your business card.
Yes. Yes.
Very I don't know if it would be achieved, but that would be really cool.
Yeah. Yeah. I love it. And we also started this in August of 2023.
And we've done so much.
We've done so much.
We used to, when we FaceTime, we would stitch the same project together.
Yes.
Just stitch whatever we want. We still stitch a lot together, but we don't work on our project together.
I know. I don't know how that happened, but it did. So
yeah, so we'll have to make an effort to get back into it.
To stitch together.
Mm-hmm. So my next one in my Woodland Witch era is the HLS Moth. And this is, it's gorgeous. This is on 40 out Verdal by Fortnite Fabrics. I love it. And it's intense. But
Here, back it up a little bit. It's a little fuzzy. Okay.
And so I'm very excited to keep working on this because it is it's really pretty.
It's so pretty. That's Kathy Barrick, right?
Kathy Barrick, yes. Yes. And it's on I'm doing just the the call for floss.
Yeah. Nice.
Yes, it's so pretty. It is one of the patterns I bought my first round at StitchCon. I bought so many patterns, this being one of them. And yeah, so I'll probably work on this a lot in the fall too. So
yeah. Yes. Perfect. Okay, my next one is Cat Lovers by Jordan Privé, I think is how you say it, or Jordine Privé. And
I'm privy.
Jordan Privé. Here's my whip on it. Doesn't it look like a little flower is like dancing? I'm like specifically thinking of the Alice in Wonderland flowers. That,
yes.
You know? So
it's so cute.
It's really cute. And
I love that fabric.
Yeah, and the fabric is Atomic Ranch Vapors, 32 count. I got it at StitchCon last year. And that was the first time stitching on Atomic Ranch, and I love it. The variegation, or not the variegation, the modeling on their stuff is just really cool. And I'm doing a floss conversion with color and cotton because, as you saw in the picture, it's pink. It's more pink, and I switched it to purple, and then I also have added in orange. So it's like orange, purple, and blue are like the flowers. So yeah, the little dancing flower.
It's cute.
Thank you. And I started that in July of 2023. I think I got home from StitchCon and started it last year.
Nice. That is the same with this next project of mine. It is I think I got this the second year at StitchCon. I don't know. It's the Abstract Pineapple by Salty Stitcher Designs.
Oh, yes, you did.
Atomic Ranch Eucalyptus.
Yes.
So, and it's all variegated floss. So, yeah, this is as wide as it'll be. And then, yeah, those are the stems of the pineapple. So,
yeah. You got some good chunks in there.
Yeah, I definitely did put in a little work at some point this past year because I'm making it for my ex-husband, and who is still a really good friend of mine, and his dog is named Pina, which is pineapple in Spanish. So he was giving me shit for not having it finished yet, but it's like, I mean, for me, it's a big.
It is big. Yeah.
Although we watched a Thread Gremlins FlossTube this week, and I don't know all of their names and who is who, but they're all wonderful. And she was like, "This is a small pattern," and it was like bigger than anything I own. Like I.
Yes, I do remember making that comment, or like us talking about it.
Yes, I was like, "That's small."
That is small. Oh yeah, it was the Strawberry Fields.
Oh,
with the big house and the cobblestone.
Yes. Yeah. It's just like when Carolyn told me at StitchCon, she was trying to get. I think I mentioned this in our last FlossTube, but it still kills me. She was like trying to, she had just finished pattern. She was seeing if any of us would like it. She was like, "This is too big for you, Neil." She'd known me
Sit
like
down.
she'd like known me a day. She'd see me stitch on one thing,
Yeah.
and that
And she pegged it.
it was so funny. And she's not wrong. I do like small. I from this point onward, I will only be buying probably smaller things. Um, yeah. So,
Yeah.
because also I love scraps. So like small things go on scraps. I like to put
Mhm.
my scraps in my mini hoop, and it's so good.
I love it. I love that for you.
Thank you.
I keep choosing big ones, so probably going to continue. Okay. As in, next point, The Castle by Teresa Winsler.
That's such a good. That's such a good one to go to next for that.
It really is. It really is. So here is The Castle by Teresa Winsler. It's beautiful. Here's my start.
Dragon.
Dragon. That's like part of the castle balcony in the middle. I've had a love-hate relationship with this because I started it back in July of 2023 and I only stitched on it once. This is that time. And I got salty because I accidentally oriented it the wrong way, stitched all of this and realized it was wrong, ripped it out, restitched it, and then I haven't touched it since then. So, but I saw a finished piece of it at StitchCon this year. Holy shit. That's all I can say because the stitcher, and I cannot remember her name, we will put it in the box below because I'll find it. She had done blending filament in the dragon, and you can't see it in the picture if you see it in a picture, but in person, that dragon is beautiful.
Yeah.
Just beautiful. So it reinvigorated me to try again. So.
I should find a dragon pattern, a mini dragon, obviously. And yeah, and then we should watch dragon movies and stitch on our dragon things.
Done. Love it.
Yeah.
Love it. Although I don't know if I can do a movie stitching on that. But I can stitch on the field guide.
Yeah. But we could also just stitch together on dragon things. We stitch and talk a lot too.
Yeah, we do.
And stitch and not talk a lot too. You know?
Yeah. We basically are roommates who live in different states.
Yeah. And that is exactly what it is. I love it. So my next one, I got roped in to the long dog sampler. And as we have recently discussed, big projects are not for me. But I chose to do the new normal. It's because I have FOMO. So, you know, this is what I've done. This is the new normal by the Long Dog Samplers. And
yes. It's so really pretty on that green.
Yeah, this fabric came from Alex. Alex gives me lots of things. Thank you. And I think it's like 22 count. I'm doing it so. Number 1. And in a sulky light avocado. And I'm sure it'll look better as I keep stitching. Right now it like doesn't necessarily like, it's not like a full motif yet, you know?
Right.
So it just kind of looks like, what is it? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of, yeah, just interesting. So yeah, I'll never finish that, but
it'll be our lifetime projects. I mean, I want to finish Pandemic someday, but it's like a decade project.
Yeah.
For sure.
It's
but we got patience. We can do it.
Cross stitch is the only thing I have patience for. Everything else in my life, I am the most impatient person. Um, but that's part of my type B personality. When I looked up characteristics today, it was like impatience, patience. I have both, but for different things. So
yeah, and the reason we said type B is because last night I was like ironing my fabric and I had my spreadsheet beside me. And I was like, we're really going to see our type A and type B come out in this video tomorrow. And it's true.
I
And I
know,
love it.
chaotic. I was like last minute ironing. I was like mostly doing embroidery last night. Oh, yes. I was making my felt. I was just like crafting, I wasn't even doing any cross stitch stuff. I was
And
just
meanwhile,
crafting.
I have a super
I didn't
detailed
have to give my
spreadsheet.
information anywhere. And yeah.
Yeah. And I have a super detailed spreadsheet.
Yeah.
Just really funny. And I love that about us because we make a great pair.
Yeah.
Okay, so my next project is In the Library by Mojo Stitches. And this is really fun because I got one of the Susan boxes from StitchCon last year where you kind of like told her what your vibe was, what you like to stitch on. And then she picked the pattern, she picked the fabric, and she did a conversion of floss. And so she picked 32 count Weatherstone, and I think that's Atomic Ranch. I didn't write that part down. And Sulky, and this was the first time I had ever stitched with Sulky. And so I've got a good portion of the border done. And I decided to do the moths all in a different like color combination. I mean, they're all the same colors. I just switched them out a little bit. So they all look slightly different.
Yeah, they look great.
So I've had fun with it. And another one of these that like I really want to get back into because it's so cute because it has an orange cat and it has books and I mean, it's my vibe. So I love Susan's conversion. And so I started this. I started this at StitchCon last year, so June 2023. So, yeah.
So next up we have my Immortal Sal.
Yes.
Yes, which is, like we said, it's a Lucy Beam, Love and Stitches, designed by Rebecca Noland. This is a Ritzy. It's a 14 count Fortnite Fabrics.
Yes.
Yeah, and so I've done mine in like a navy and pink, and then I'll be using a variegated Fangirl Fibers floss for my words. But yeah, I love it. I'm excited. It's funny because I chose those colors because I wanted to do it like there's a specific like vine type flower in Austria where I live
Right.
for, and I wanted to do it in vein of that because that's what it reminds me of. And so I was like, in my mind, I could see it with the blue stem and the pink berries. And then I started this, and then I looked up a picture, and it's the opposite. It's a pink vine with blue berries.
Oh no.
Not blue berries, but like berries that are blue. Or like, I don't even know if they're berries. I don't know what they are. But
Oh, that is hilarious.
yeah, so obviously, I mean, I like how it turned out. I like the colors. But
yeah.
yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah, here's a picture of the vine that I was talking about. So yeah. Close enough.
Close enough. It's the spirit.
No one will know.
No one will know. They're gonna know. We say that to each other all the time.
Yeah.
Okay, my next one is a Sal that I am very, very far behind on, but it's the Dark Queen of the Earth by Autumn Lane Stitchery. I have already completed her sister, the Dark Queen of the Sea, and I love her so much. Her name is Calypso. She's framed, and I love her. I keep bragging about her. I take her everywhere if there's a brag table. But this is my whip on the Dark Queen of the Earth. So I really need to pull her back out because I'm going to the Queen City Stitch Retreat in Charlotte in October, and the designers are Autumn Lane Stitchery. So I'm definitely taking Calypso for the brag table, and then I want to have a lot. I doubt I'll get it like done and framed by then, but I would love to at least be finished with the full crosses by then. Maybe bead while I'm there. I don't know. I'm intimidated by beading still, so I may not do that in a retreat setting. But I would love to have her full crosses all finished. But I absolutely love this fabric. It's the Under the Sea fabric Nightshade, and it's 32 count Lugana. And then I'm doing the called for DMC, and then the Rainbow Treasure braid is in there too. So yeah. I don't know what I'm going to name her yet. It hasn't come to me. So, we'll see.
Maybe when you like start stitching her face, you'll be like, yes.
Yeah. Yeah, I also am going to have a fangirl moment, and I want Erin and Cassandra to sign something. And Neil was like, you should do like a museum information plate sort of thing. So I might do that. So yeah. I'm excited to meet them. They seem super cool. So.
Yeah. That's very exciting.
Yeah, and I started that in September of 2022. I don't remember if that's when it started, but that's when I did. So I'm very behind, but it's okay.
So my next one is the Greenhouse of Oddities by Lola Crow cross stitch. And I have most of the frame done.
Oh, it looks so good.
Yeah,
it's so big. I forget how big it is every time until you show it.
I know. Yeah, it's big. So this is the black part of the frame is done. I just have like some of the shading of the spindle type things left.
I'm sorry you have a visitor.
Oh, a visitor. Hi, Schmidt.
He's been yelling.
Sweet little prince.
Yes, this is Schmidt, named after Schmidt from New Girl.
He's so cute.
He's my buddy.
Oh.
Okay, continue. Spindles.
Yes, spindles. So I don't know what fabric I have it on, but I do have. Oh, yes, I do. It's gray snow fabric, 16 count Ada, and it's called. I don't know how to pronounce this, but it's JIJUAN. G. E Juan. I don't know how to I don't know how to pronounce it. So
I don't know either.
But it's really pretty, the modeling of the.
Yes, very, very pretty. Yeah. Very pretty. Yeah, if you're all the greens are gonna be really, really pretty. All the greens are gonna be really, really pretty on that.
Yeah, I think so. So I'd like to finish the haunted library first, so I'm going to put my effort into that before I start back on the greenhouse. But
yeah,
maybe start on the greenhouse in the spring.
Nice.
March.
Again. Yeah, that would be a good springy thing. Nice and green and colorful.
Yeah.
Yeah, very nice. Okay, my next one is one that's actually going to be a restart. I've talked so much about it to Neil. And it's Halloween Quaker by Leela's Studio. And this is my little tiny, tiny, tiny whip. And I'm going to restart it because it's on linen. And it's on 36 count linen called Witching Hour by Seraphim. And it's a beautiful piece of fabric.
36.
But It's 36 count. I'm also doing the DMC conversion, which has a lot of blended. So it's really hard to do the 2-stranded on this and not just pull my hair out with it. So I think I'm going to just restart on something else. I do have some really nice, this color of the 40 count Verdal from Jody, but I wouldn't be able to do the DMC conversion because I can't do the 2 strands. I don't know. Well, I'm thinking about it, but technically it's a whip right now, but it'll be a restart. So
Nice.
yeah.
What are you going to end up doing with the fabric?
I'll probably frog it, and then if anybody would like that fabric, I could send it on.
Me, I would like it. I've never
36 count linen.
6 count, so I'd like to try it.
Okay, yeah, I'll frog it and send it to you at some point.
Yeah. Hey.
Or I'll just leave it in there, and it's a big piece of fabric. It's really pretty too.
Oh wow! I just need like a 1/4 of that. You could just cut it in 4ths and give it to 4 people.
That's true. Who wants a 4th? Who wants a 4th of Witching Hour by Seraphim?
Yeah. That's pretty. Yeah, I don't need the full thing. In fact, I just need an 1/8. I just need a strip.
It just needs a scrap.
Yeah. And then my next one and my last one is super cute. It's Space for All Species, and it's gonna have a bunch of different animals on it.
Oh yes. Yes.
I love it. It's by Charles Harper. And I don't have written down what the fabric is, but I assume it's Grace Notes.
It's so cute.
Yeah, and so I've done the little turtle and the duck and the deer. I'm not finished with the deer yet, but yeah, I really am excited about this. But this is also a spring stitch. I didn't stitch on it this spring though, but
yeah.
But yeah, I probably won't work on that until March of next year. So,
I understand.
Yeah.
I understand. Okay, Schmidt is really funny right now, so I'm gonna turn my camera so that we can see what he looks like. Sorry, this makes y'all sick, but he is sprawled. Oh.
Oh, I'm glad to see it. That was hilarious.
He is so funny. He wants to be like in everything. So I had to show y'all how he was making himself known.
That was super cute.
So I hope I'm still in the same. I hope I put myself back.
Yeah.
Okay. So that was your last one, is that what you said?
Yes.
Okay. So I've got a couple more, so I'll go kind of quickly. My next one is Cross Stitch Nation by Heartstring Samplery. I started this back in January of 2022 because I did Bringo, which was a fun, it was like a bingo through Carolyn Zook's Facebook magazine monthly thing. And so it was like a bingo board, and you picked a new project every day based on a prompt. It was really, really fun. I have a lot of starts from that. So this is I Belong to the Cross Stitch Nation, and I'm doing my own color conversion just with DMC, but I'm changing everything about it. Because it has all the ladies, and so I'm gonna like add another guy, and I'm gonna change their skin tone. I'm gonna change all their dress colors and their outfits, and just make it more inclusive. But this is all I have right now. I love the colors. This is like very much my color palette.
Yes.
The like bright jewel tone stuff. So I'm still, every time I look at this, I'm scared I've cut it too little. So we may not get the bottom border on it. It may just be the people. So
I think that would be fine if
To
that's
be
what.
continued. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then maybe my, I'll put my initials in there somewhere too. So, but yeah, love it. Love it. This is on, 32 count. This is Fortnite Fabrics. But I did not write down the name. And I'm using mostly Classic Colorworks for the floss. And a couple DMCs. I think the DMCs will all be, the skin tones will all be DMC. So another January 2022 project is Sugar Plum Dreams by Lindy Stitches. And this is where I am.
Oh, it looks so good.
Yeah, I picked it because Clydesdales are my favorite horse, and then it had 2 cats on it, and at the time I had 2 cats. So, I love it. And this is definitely a winter stitch, so I haven't touched it since like January of this year. Because it is pretty Christmassy and stuff. But it's on 32 count, even weave, and I think it was another color in cotton. But I didn't write down the name of it either. But I'm using DMC.
I think it's. Wait a minute.
He just used the litter box, so if you heard scratching, that was him.
I think it's funny that like I'm getting more used to like 28 count, but and would like to buy more of it moving forward. But I generally stitch in 16 and you stitch in 32, which is funny.
It is funny. Is this the same? Just over
Yep.
1 and over 2.
Yep.
Oh, it just started raining.
You what?
It just started raining.
Oh, lovely.
On my tin roof. Love it. Okay, my next one is called, well, I named it this. I don't know what the actual name is. Succulent Portrait. I got it from Etsy, a designer called Fuzzy36. And, it's just a really fun succulent. I also really like succulents. This is my first time that I used Pattern Keeper, and I love it for this. It's great because it's just like lots of color blocks. And I love the outline of the succulent. That was really fun to do. So now I just need to go in and fill it in. And it's also on 32 count Lugana. This is a Fortnite Fabrics. I feel bad I didn't write down any of the names, but I at least know who dyed it. And it's with DMC.
Right. Does Fortnite Fabric have names? I guess they do. Because for the 40 count Verdal, it didn't have a name.
Yeah, I was in their fabric club in like 2021. So all of mine are named.
I did have one in this batch that had a name, but I know that that magenta one I have, there's not a name on the tag.
Yeah.
He's
back.
I'm
gonna put him down. He's just like, what? I don't get to be up here? Okay. I only have like 3 left or 4 left. The next one is called Dancer by Barbara Anna. And this was also a Bringo project. So January 2022, I got it out of the Punch Needle and Prim magazine. So I used to subscribe to that. And here is my whip. So I have his antlers and some of the snow. And started his ear. This is on 40 count Verdal by Jody of Steel City Stitchers. And so I'm doing it over 1 or 2 over 1. No, 1 over 2. I get that confused. 1 over 2. And I want to stitch it again. Also, another wintry thing, though. Also, I have to have really good light because it's dark fabric.
Yeah.
But I saw Nightmare Before Meg, I think is her Instagram handle, her finish at StitchCon. It was so good. And like I salved with her a little bit, but I'm very far behind. So, would love to do that.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And then the next one is I'm trying my hand at cross stitch design. And it is my little house portrait, and so I don't really care to show because it's my cross stitch. If you really want my cross stitch of my house, go for it. And then here's the picture of my house that I'm basing it on, and this is what I have.
Oh, it's so good. It looks just like your house.
I know, I'm trying really hard. I had to frog this entire side though because it just didn't match. So I'm trying to figure out how to make it have the shadowing.
Sure.
But yeah, I have like that's my quilt, barn quilt that I have on my house, and I'm gonna backstitch the chimney so that you can actually see the rocks in it.
Oh.
And of course, my door is like this color, so that'll be the door, and so yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
I hope to have a home one day that I can cross stitch.
Yeah. You will. One day, one day. And okay, second to last one. Oh gosh, it got increased. It was folded. This is another linen project that I might restart, but I've gotten a lot done, so I might continue on. But it is called Mighty Acorn by Blackbird Designs, and it's so pretty. It's so pretty. And I have the entire border done.
Yeah, I love that.
And it's the called for 40 count picture this plus linen sand. And it's Weeks Dye Works and DMC as the thread. So I did everything called for. So it's just linen, and I don't love linen. But
Yeah.
it's pretty enough that I might just go on with it because I have a whole border. That's a lot to restart.
Right.
But it's getting close to fall, as we've talked about. So this will be a good thing in like September.
Yeah.
So that's fun. Okay, and then my last one, and is also my oldest whip, is Learning Stitches by Jeanette Douglas. And it's the Sassy Jacks version, which is a needlework store that's in Weaverville, about an hour away from me, that just reopened. Congratulations, Sassy Jacks. I went into their store in October of 2020, and Kim taught me how to stitch on Even Weave. And she sent me home with this band sampler, and she made videos explaining each stitch because it's like learning stitches, and it's all the specialty stitches. And so I didn't take it out of my scroll frame, but I've done 3 lessons. There's like 13, so I'm very behind. So this is kind of just a as I go project. And then she added like Sassy Jacks and this like banner thing
With a squirrel.
with a squirrel. And so each stitch you do like 3 lines of it, and she teaches you how to do it, and they're all named. Like that's a Hungarian stitch, and this is a ray stitch. I don't remember what that one. Eyelet, I think, is this one. So it's a lot of fun. You just have to like be ready to do it.
Yeah.
So I started this in of October of 2020.
Damn, almost 4 years.
Almost 4 years, and I have not done much on it. But I'm not really stressed because it's just as I want to learn them. So
Yeah.
yeah. So all in all, I have 20 whips, and at least one of those will be a restart soon.
Nice. Woo!
So, yay!
We did
And
it.
that completes our whip parade.
Hey, confetti.
Confetti! Cheers! Cheers! Cheers!
Yeah. Yay. Go us.
Yeah. Go us. So, yeah. I hope y'all found some fun projects. And if you're stitching on some of the things that we're stitching on, let us know below.
Yeah. And don't forget to put what you think the hedgehog's name should be.
Yes. Yes, yes. And if you want a piece of the Witching Hour Seraphim linen. Is there anything else we said?
I don't.
More? Cool.
Yeah, I think that's all we have for today.
Yay! Thanks for coming to Stitcher's Hollow.
Yes, and do not forget to like this video, subscribe to our channel, and come follow us on Instagram. We have a Stitcher's Hollow Instagram, and so follow that. And then we also, because we'll be posting a lot of video content on there. We'll probably share it from our personal accounts, which are Alex's at Little House Stitches, but with a bunch of underscores, and
Yes.
Little underscore House underscore Stitches.
Yes.
And at Neil and Needle. Neil and Needle, not Neil in Needle. Anyways, here's the information. And
yes, also be down below.
yes, and we hope to see you again soon.
Yeah, thanks for coming on the journey with us. And we're really excited for this new version of our FlossTube.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Thank you.
Okay, we'll see y'all later.
Bye.
Bye.